Slider, foul.
It's a little bit of contact on that.
Good battle up there by Ruby. Doesn't go down easy. Got a man in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Johnson down there after stolen base after this walk that he worked. Goes back, sets, delivers. Swing and miss. Ruby down on an off-speed pitch. 14th strikeout of the year for Ruby.
14th strikeout on his 44th at-bat.
2 gone here in the top of the second. Drew Shutt will dig in.
Drew Shutt at 222. He started 12 of the 13 games played here for the Volcanoes. He's got 45 at-bats and only 10 hits, but 9 RBIs. And the really important thing, of the 45 at-bats, only 11 strikeouts. And he's producing walks as well, 3 walks out of that. But he's also a stolen base threat with 4 of 4 attempts successful.
Shutt has had a pretty decent year, although the average may suggest otherwise. His runs driven in, 9 of them, 4 stolen bases. He's been a pest to pitchers for sure, as this one's taken down in the dirt, 1-1. Sometimes it's about more than just batting average, right, Micah?
Yeah, and a stat which really should be shown is how many pitches is thrown in order to get this guy out. You know, that few strikeouts.
Pops this one up in the center of the diamond, and they're going to let it drop in foul territory.
Well,
unfortunate miscommunication there between Rosebeck and Holiday there. Between home and first in foul ground. Looked like they were looking at each other like you. Nobody ended up wanting it, apparently. So.
Communication is key. That's in relationships. That's in food service. It's in baseball.
It is in baseball. It's in everything, honestly. After that foul ball, it's a ball and 2 strikes now. 1-2 offering from Rosebeck coming. High fastball, strikes out, Shutt.
And saves the air.
So yeah, that keeps the Volcanoes from putting any runs up on the board here in the top of the second. It's 1-0 Volcanoes heading on to the bottom half of the second stand.
All over here right behind home plate. And Israel Cruz is the owner of Nachos Tacos. He's got some delicious nachos. I had some for lunch. And he also has veggie burgers, special meat quesadillas. You name it, he has got it. And sir, what do you recommend here, Papa? Tacos. There you go. That's what they're named after. Tacos. Come see Israel today. Y'all, back to you.
Batting for the Portland Mavericks, the second baseman, number 24, Drake Zarate.
We're back here in Keizer. The Mavericks trailed the Volcanoes 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Drake Zarate leads things off as the number 4 hitter in this Mavericks order. After Eric Ozerski had a 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the first. First pitch to Zarate was out of the zone, 1-0. Next pitch here is popped up. The foul ground looks like it may be in play. Twisting back toward the field of play. Nice play there by Gabriel Cotto to make that catch.
Really nice play. Also, a lot harder than it looks. To rip that mask off, find the ball, and the ball will fall away from you. And so it's a really difficult play and a nice play to make. Catchers so often are taken for granted for all they do. That's a nice play.
So after that play, there's one gone here, and Kyle McCormick will be next. Rounded to second here. Judd trips but makes the play. Throws to first, it's wide. Error on the throw. And
he's not
McCormick
gonna
didn't
go.
think about trying to go there, so he just stays put at first.
I don't quite know why he didn't go. I mean, even if he had taken off that late, he would have made it. Because neither the first baseman nor catcher nor pitcher were running after the ball.
It looked to me like McCormick could have made it to second for sure on that, but what it ends up being is just an error on the throw, and McCormick reaches base. So there's a man aboard here on the error, and one gone. Here's Alex Emerson.
And that's the kind of stuff, by the way, folks, we'll see with a wet field. He got stuck. Trick.
Yep. Fastball here to Emerson is outside. Yeah, you're right. Like in the field conditions can definitely be a difficult thing for these players in the field to deal with. That one, he kind of just got his cleat stuck and tripped, falling to his right. Made the play all right, but then couldn't get up quickly enough to make the play first. Soft chopper by Emerson. That's going to be
Absolutely. No real, I mean, there was. A great play could have gotten him out, but a standard play couldn't.
That's exactly the right wording there, standard. It was not a standard play by any stretch. And so it's an infield single here for Alex Emerson. And Parker Swindell will be next.
Swindell, second baseman.
Actually playing third base.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a little bit of a roster change. Swindell only batting 100.
First pitch here is down in the dirt. Cotto cannot handle it, and both runners will go to the next base.
Well, rip your mask off. Ball's on the ball. It reminded me of 2011 when the ball got caught in Yadier Molina's chest piece. And he was looking for it.
And then he realized, oh, it's on me. It's on my chest. Ball there to Swindell. It's 2-0 now. That one's down in the dirt. Coming here is popped up right field. It's about medium depth as Holton makes the play, and he's going to go to the plate with it. Good throw to the plate, but it's a little bit wide off to the right. And so McCormick comes in to score on the sacrifice fly by Parker Swindell.
A good throw, not much chance. I mean, if it were on point, maybe, but it was off by just about 5 feet or so. So the catcher had to run back. Wasn't really viable at that point, but it was the best he could do. Going to the cutoff wouldn't have gotten it. So
that's a good point. The cutoff man definitely, had it been thrown to him, it would not have made a difference. And the runner was going to be going to third as well. And so runner at third now with 2 outs, and that brings Danny Alvarado to the plate. Danny Alvarado is top of our list here. He's hitting 250. He's 8 for 32 on the season. Does have a homer and 5 runs added in.
started all 10 games that he's played.
Breaking ball misses outside and low. 1-0.
On the 32 at-bats, he struck out 10 times, so almost strikes out almost a third of the time. Not something you really want, but he's been hit by pitch 3 times and walked 4 times. So, and 2 triples. So, kind of a mixed bag there.
It is a mixed bag a little bit. Yeah, I would be the same thinking as you on that, Mike. Is 8 for 32 is not horrible. 250 is not a horrible batting average by any
Average.
stretch.
It's average.
It's very average, and so he's been kind of a little bit of this and a little bit of that this year. He swings and misses through this one on 2-1, and that evens the count at 2-2. Josh Jubilee on deck. If Alvarado can reach. That's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. And again, especially with somebody at home, better to walk than throw a bad play. Or third, he's going to walk.
And he does, throws the slider on 3 and 2. He tries to get a chase. But Alvarado works the walk, and so he's aboard here. First and third with 2 outs, and here's Josh Jubilee. And Jubilee has had a pretty decent season this year in limited action, albeit. 4-14, 12 for 29.
Yeah, I mean, again, we expect that to go down just on the sheer number of plate appearances. But 414, that's pretty nice.
Pitch here to Jubilee, hitting the air to right field. It's shallow. Holton coming on though, and he puts it away to retire the side. So the Mavericks tie the ball game on a sacrifice fly to right field by Parker Swindell as McCormick comes across the score. 1-1 heading into the 3rd inning.
Single game tickets are now on sale for all games remaining this summer, including the 4th of July. This year, our 13th annual Patriotic Tribute will be Patriotic Weekend on July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Get your tickets now, as it will be a sellout. Now batting for the Salem-Keizer Volcanoes, number 13, the catcher, Gabriel Oto.
Well, here we are back at Volcanoes Stadium. It'll be Gabriel Kotos standing in to lead off against Rosebeck here in the 3rd. Tie ball game 1-1, 2 full innings.
Folks, if you like music, we have a lot of old hits. But we have also semi-new hits. Certainly not old because Brendan and I are not that old. So I'm going to call him semi-new. Just heard Jason Aldean's Talk About Me, that's 2004, country hit. We were playing it here. That's the kind of jams you can expect here at Salem-Keizer Volcano Stadium.
2 balls and a strike from Rosebeck to Koto. Koto swings and sprays a line drive foul. Stands. 2-2 count.
That's terrifying. you see a foul ball like that.
Yeah, especially if you're sitting up in those bleachers up there. That ball's hitting the air to left center field. That's hit really, really well. Deep back there. Emerson can't track it down. It hits the ground on the track. So Gabriel Cotto's got himself a double.
It's a really good, from our perspective, I almost thought he caught it running back, basket catch, but it did bounce. And really nice contact there. Alex Emerson didn't get the best jump on it. If he did, I don't know if he could track that one down. He played really in on the center.
That ball was hit very well. That probably traveled about 390 feet in the air.
But it's a
Out there to
405 to center.
It is. So, either way, Cotto's at second here with nobody out. And that brings Garrett Cooper back to the plate. He had a solo homer to lead off the ballgame. Swing and a miss here on the first pitch he sees in the third inning.
Looks like he was going for another one with that swing.
Yeah. It was a full count in his first at-bat when he went yard. 3-2 fastball right down the middle, and Cooper just unloaded on it. Pitch coming here is down low, past Alvarado. That's going to be a passed ball as Cotto takes a big turn around third base. Over to third goes Cotto on the passed ball. As the catcher did not catch that one. It was not in the dirt. He should have had it.
It's been a tough day for Alvarado today as a catcher. Pass balls, wild pitches.
So Cooper now has a very good opportunity to run at third with nobody out. Really just needs to make contact. He does, hits a grounder up the middle, past the diving Rodney Rodriguez for an RBI single center field.
And folks, it's a little early, but never too early to say cycle watch. Okay? We got a single, we got a homer, and it's only the third inning.
Yep, that is a very good point, Micah. Let's keep our eyes on that as the game goes on. So, 2-1 Volcanoes here. Alan Embry is out there to the mound to have a little chat with Rosebeck. Alan Embry, the manager of this Mavericks team, also a former Major League pitcher. Pitched for the Oakland A's, if you remember, and the Red Sox, and a couple of other clubs.
Put himself a nice career.
Yeah, he put together a great career. Left-handed sidewinder.
I never understood how anybody could make that work.
So Embry walking back to the dugout here after a little conference with Rosebeck out there and Alvarado. Nick DiBenedetto stands in.
Certainly looking to be the Volcanoes team, and he's in the running for league MVP as well with that batting average.
Softly grounded to first, stays fair. Holiday steps on the bag, but Cooper will go up to second.
Yeah. And it's a good thing he didn't throw it because it wouldn't have been a force out if he stepped on first. So it's a good thing he didn't throw it because that's just unnecessary risk.
Yeah, that would have, had he been halfway down the line already only, then maybe you throw it down there. But he was pretty much like 5 feet.
I mean, and how rare do you see
three unassisted six.
A three unassisted six double play.
Not often. So Tony Holton will dig in here with Cooper out at second and one out. Ball misses inside.
Thought I heard thunder out there, folks, but it's all in my head. Don't worry, we're all okay here.
Rosebeck's delivery here is drilled to center by Holton. It one hops Emerson out there, so that throw goes to third. Not very smart of that on the throw. They try. Cooper tries to come back to third base after getting off the bag, and it looks like there was no call made. Did nobody see?
Okay.
Alan Embry's going to have a little walk out to the base umpire here to talk with him about the play. It looked to me like when Swindell went to throw to second and then pump fake, Huber got off too far and then was tagged out by Swindell going back in third.
And look, if the ump can't see it, the ump can't make the call, so it's going to have to stand if they don't.
If nobody saw it, and it looks like the umpires are going to have a little conference here with each other to talk about whether they saw this play or not. If I were to guess here, Micah, it's going to stay.
Yeah, one, they were far away. Two, it just didn't seem, they didn't make a call at that time, which doesn't instill a ton of confidence in me that they saw it in. I think they were looking at second.
I think both umpires were looking away from the play. And so
they weren't following the ball, that's for sure.
And so, in the end, it's going to likely stay safe at third base. And it is. So Alan Embry won't be too happy about that, as it looked pretty obvious from our vantage point that Cooper was out at third base.
Jeez.
So, in the end, it's runners at second and third on a single by Tony Holton, and then he moved to second on the throw to third by Emerson.
We should be clear, it was a bad decision by Emerson to throw to third.
Yeah, no reason to throw to third base on that play.
It should be runners at the corners with one out.
Yep. And it's not because of that throw to third base. Pop up by Epperson, shallow center. Retreating is Zarate, and incoming is Emerson. He makes a diving catch. No tag to go to the plate here.
Emerson again chucks it over to home plate, pulling the catcher off, but certainly a nice catch.
Great catch by Emerson. Puzzling decision to me that Cooper does not tag and try to score on that play.
I don't understand it, especially when you see Emerson's history of not hitting his cutoff man,
and the fact that he had to dive for that baseball.
That makes
it that much more difficult to throw you out of home plate.
Cleanly. Absolutely.
So Epperson flies out to center, and no run comes in to score on the play, and so Caleb Johnson comes in.
It's poor base running. I mean, it's just poor base running.
Breaking ball on the first pitch to Johnson stays high, and that's ball one.
So, I mean, really, that's two mental errors
Yep.
on Garrett. No, that's not Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper at third base.
That's two mental errors. Why are you rounding third? And why aren't you tagged?
Yeah. Rosebeck's breaking ball here is in for a strike, so that evens things at one. Caleb Johnson, who, if he can get a base hit here, will put the Volcanoes up by 3 runs. 1-1 count. Popped up, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Still the runner on second and third.
Two men in scoring position here. Rosebeck sets, delivers, slider down in the dirt. Good stop by Alvarado.
When you look at the 2 umpire set, obviously when you're not in the major leagues, that's what you get. High school as well, generally a 2 umpire set. College, not as much. You'll get 3 or 4.
Yep.
But when you look at that, how frustrating would it be as a player to see them not watching the ball?
Very. It's a frustrating thing for sure. In college, even in college at like the NAIA level, you get two umpire crews. But yeah, NCAA, you'll get a 1 on each line and the home guy. And that ball's ripped into left field by Johnson. This will probably easily score Holton. And it will. And now hung up between first and second is Caleb Johnson, and he's just going to take the tag. And he does. And so the 2 runs come in to score.
Look, I don't know who taught these players base running, but this is, okay, you know what? They're ahead, so no criticism coming from me. Wow.
Caleb Johnson thinking about going to second on the throw home, but they did hit the cutoff man, and so Johnson is cut down between first and second as Swindell, the third baseman, runs over to tag him out.
Yeah, but the least you could do is run back to first or commit. Okay.
So that ends the top of the third inning. It's 4-1 Volcanoes after the 3-run third. We'll head on to the bottom half of the third inning. It's 4-1 Salem-Keizer.
All right, and of course, Kevin was involved with Oregon State Beavers merchandise, so he's pretty good at what he's doing. The hoodies look great. They're the same hoodies that he introduced the players, and he took the swear on the field. What else do you recommend in the stores, Kevin?
Well, if you want, you can get all your official Mavericks League merch, including on-field product and also just your everyday kind of apparel to wear around town.
And which team is your favorite team in the league?
I have to say it's the Casinos, but I am originally a hardcore Volcanoes. So Volcanoes.
All right, there you go. Kevin Tibbets, Mavericks League merchandise manager. Buy some stuff, guys. It's clean out here. Back to you, gentlemen.
Now batting for the Portland Mavericks, the shortstop, number 5, Rodney Rodriguez.
We're back here in Kaiser as Rodney Rodriguez starts off with a bunt attempt and bunts it foul for strike one. Mavericks are going to have to fight back into this one. They're down 4-1 after allowing 3 runs in the top of the third.
Certainly, some of it was self-inflicted. Poor throwing decisions, poor fielding decisions.
Misses high and outside. 1-1. Rodriguez. Yeah, and it was a mixture of umpire not paying attention. But throwing decisions, that's one big thing.
Yeah.
In that inning.
Let's just play it out. Let's say he throws to his cutoff man or throws to second. It's 3-1, not 4-1, because he's on first.
Yep.
Hell, may not even be, because it could have been a double play opportunity. I
Yep.
mean, so many more opportunities.
Yeah, the
that
situation
reflect
changes after you make the correct play on that. Throw that ball into second. He's been at the corners. Then the situation changes for Caleb Johnson. He's thinking, oh, I just have to drive in 1 run here, and then he doesn't do what he does and hits the ground ball to the left side because it's a double play situation. He thinks, I have to put this in the air. I hit on the ground. I'm gonna ground out. I'll force the guy at second or something. 2-2 count here to Rodney Rodriguez. 3-2 actually after that one. Mavericks looking to get somebody aboard to start the inning. Rodriguez fouls it off, gets a piece, and stays alive here. Eric Ozerski has had a pretty decent start today. He's allowed to run. Happened in the second when he unfortunately allowed McCormick to reach on an error and then single from Emerson and a sac fly from Swindell scored that run. However, it is unearned due to the fact that he was on base due to a fielding error. Throwing error, actually, rather. Yes. Shut. Full count here to Rodriguez, and that one is on the inside corner. He's down looking, and he's not happy.
It looks like the umpires know they messed up, and they just gave him one.
Wow, that's a tough pitch there. And Rodriguez is down looking.
Oh, man.
So 1 gone here in the bottom of the third, and it's Jace Phelan.
That looked high. I gotta say.
May have been high, may have been inside. Mixture of different things could have been. But it's 1-0 here to Phelan after Rodriguez goes down looking. And the umpire, in the end, is the boss. So
You know what wouldn't have this problem? You know what I'm going to say here?
yeah,
Robot
I know,
umps.
Yeah, I knew it. You were going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Except I tend to think, in terms of nostalgia, or like, wanting to stay true to the game. These guys have been the umpires since the beginning of the game. And if we change it to robots, that's completely changing the game.
Yeah, I know. Makes it more accurate.
So 2-1 pitch here, swung on and missed by Phelan on a breaking ball down and in.
Phelan's definitely wanting to at least get on base here. I mean, he's 0 for 6 to start his career here with the Mavericks.
One's down in the dirt. Good take. 3-2 count to Jace Phelan.
2 full.
Ball, 2 strike count here, 1 out. That's outside. Phelan will head down to first. He chucks his bat. You see that?
He's happy he's not walking back to the dugout right now.
Phelan gets
First
aboard
time.
for the first time.
Good for him. Hey, game.
I don't know what was going on there, but Matt Holliday will dig in here with a man aboard and 1 out. From Ozerski, thrown in the air to right center field. That's being chased into the gap by C.J. Epperson. He puts it away, throws it in to the cutoff man. Throw in.
That's how you do it.
You gotta hit the cutoff man.
My
and there
goodness.
was. Yep. Fly out to the center fielder out in right center for the second out of the inning. And Drake Serrate will step up to the plate with 2 gone and a man at first base. Serrate, one of the guys in this Mavericks order that has some legitimate power to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Serrate, he's got 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, and almost more impressive, 8 walks on 46 at-bats, 12, 9 runs. That's, so 261 batting average, not amazing, but what he does is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
A little close.
Chin music there, bending him back out of the way, 2-0 count.
Wind's starting to pick up out here.
Yeah, you're starting to feel the breeze. You know what that means, Micah?
That means the storms are coming.
Storms a brewing, I was about to say. But
yeah,
almost had it.
I didn't want to take the Bruin away from him.
Thank you, I appreciate it. That one's high from Ozerski as Serrate leaves it. For ball 3, 3-0 count.
It is raining.
Oh yeah, it's not raining that hard. It's just really softly drizzling at this point. That's what we're hoping, that it stays instead of downpours.
Yeah.
This one misses, ball 4. So Serrate walks on 4 pitches, and it'll bring Kyle McCormick to the plate.
Here's the real question. As a pitcher, is it harder to throw a wet ball?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, it's harder. If he's got some rosin out there, I'm sure he's getting some dirt. You can see his hands right now. He's, rubbing the ball. It's like he's trying to rub the wetness out of the baseball. Pitching coach visit here. Have a little chat. Eric Ozerski.
Person warming up in the bullpen there for the Volcanoes, it's going to be Mason McAllister.
Oh, yeah, Mason McAllister heading down there. 10. So 2 men aboard here and 2 outs. Kyle McCormick digs in. McCormick reached on an error by Drew Shutt in the first at-bat of the game in the second.
Mason McAllister and Ozerski is catching.
Yep. Ozerski brothers. This game. Eric, the pitcher right now, down pitching in the bullpen.
Well, isn't that
1-0 count to McCormick after that fastball was hurt. Grounded to short, broken bat. Fielded by Cooper, he's going to go to second, and they do get Serrate there. 6-4 on the putout. Fielder's choice by McCormick. We'll head on to the 4th inning. 4-1 is the lead for the Volcanoes.
Fans, how about a great big hand for these outstanding
here we are back in Keizer, Volcano Stadium. Nick Edgar digs in to lead off for the visiting Volcanoes.
Rain starting to really come down now.
That one hits the dirt and hits the umpire. You can see the umpire not feeling great after that one.
Retaliation.
Oh,
Possible?
I don't think so. I mean, that was a curveball in the dirt, and it just got lucky that it bounced up and hit him right in.
Lucky.
Well, I'm saying from the Mavericks standpoint, if they were actually trying to have it happen, which I highly doubt. But yeah, that didn't feel very good, I'm sure. 1-0 count here on that off-speed pitch in the dirt. That one's in there for a strike on a fastball. 1-1 count.
1-1. No outs.
That breaking ball misses a little bit outside. 2-1. Now Rosebeck is in his fourth inning of work. He's allowed 4 runs, although he hasn't been helped, really. I mean, he's allowed a few hits. He's allowed several hits. 5 hits, to be exact. However, he hasn't been helped particularly by the defense. That breaking ball misses. Counts 3-2 now after that one.
Full count. It is the hitter's oyster.
Adgar, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rosebeck slider, ball 4. Adgar takes that one and heads down to first. So Brian Ruby digs in.
Brian Ruby, 302, 11 starts on 11 appearances, 13 hits on 43 at-bats, 10 RBIs.
He's had a good year. He's been a good producer of runs. They've kind of put him in the 6-7 hole for most of this season. He's produced out of that spot.
He's a funny guy.
Goes to bunt, bunts it back to the mound. Fielded cleanly. The throw to first
Oh
in time.
my
A
God.
good
What
thought there.
is happening?
Not a great bunt defense there by the Mavericks to not have anybody covering third base, but Adgar probably not going to be too fast enough to beat somebody to third, so he thought better of trying.
There are 4 positions in the infield, the outer infield, rather. Somehow there were only 2 by the end of that play, and they were both at third base. Impressive, but...
Swinging a foul there from Drew Shutt, 0-1 count. Man on second with 1 out for the Volcanoes, looking to extend their current 3-run lead over the Mavericks.
Impressive. All right. What do you think happened there, Brendan?
Well, it was just a bunt defense, an error on the bunt defense there. They left it open completely, and then they realized it, and they looked over there and were like, uh-oh, so then everybody ran over there. So, that's how it goes sometimes. 0-2 count to Drew Shutt. I remember from my days as an infielder, Mike, when we messed up a bunt coverage like that, and then we realized it, everybody would be sprinting over there. Everybody without the ball would just be like, oh, cover the base, you know, you just got to make sure it's covered.
If they had somebody at second, they would have gotten the runner out.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, it's Drew Shutt here. He swings and pops this one into left field. It's going to be medium depth out there. Play is made, I think. It's on the transfer, it is. The field umpire making it obvious.
Not a ton of...
Kyle McCormick makes the catch and then drops it on the transfer, so that's 2 outs. And still at second is Nick Adgar. As that brings Gabriel Cotto to the plate, who doubled his first time up. So Kodo standing in. That ball's down, blocked by Alvarado. Keeps Adgar at second. 1 ball and no strikes here to Kodo.
1 ball, no strikes, man on second, and 2 outs. Volcanoes want to pad their lead here. Base hit would certainly do it.
Rosbeck's breaking ball is hitting the air to center field. That's going to be playable for Emerson. He retreats on it and makes the catch to end the top of the 4th. So the score remains 4-1 in favor of the Volcanoes, with the Mavericks coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th.
Mavericks lost. Time to check out the chicken shack. It is good rice. Back to you, John.
I think it's pointed right. Nicely done. Take it. Take it. That's my second time.
Now batting for the Portland Mavericks, number 4, the center fielder, Alex Emerson.
Alex Emerson will lead off here in the bottom of the 4th. Looks like we're okay right now in terms of rain, Micah.
Yep.
We're holding off.
If we can get to the end of the 5th.
Yeah, game would count. Oh, and a bunt attempt, and it looks like it was fouled off of the foot of Emerson. The home plate umpire being very demonstrative about that.
Okay, I like the emotion.
Yeah, a bunt attempt there by Emerson. It looked like it might have hit him on the front of his toe and then rolled into fair territory. But yeah, it's not often you see a home plate umpire be that demonstrative about a call.
No. Even when they're getting screamed at, they're usually fairly calm.
Yeah. So it's 0-1 now after that attempt. Emerson chops this one up the middle. Fielded by Cooper on the run throw to first is not in time. Field single for Emerson once again.
It's a nice play by Cooper. Just enough time.
Yeah, Emerson's quick. Emerson's a speedy base runner.
Yeah, and I almost would have liked to see. I almost would have liked to see Scott go for that. Second baseman, he's closer, and he didn't have to run as far. I mean, yes, you got to throw across your body, but it's also your position there. Shortstop covers second. Dude.
So after that, it's a runner at first and nobody out. So Emerson gets his second hit of the day. Bunt attempt, but a stolen base look, and he's gone. He gets him on the stolen base attempt. Emerson is cut down.
Lucky. That's a 5-hopper throw, and it gets in. So, but definitely a great pickup there.
Yep.
By Scott. An amazing pickup, or rather by Cooper. An amazing pickup to get that out of the dirt after about 3 or 4 times. Definitely not the best throw, though, that you
worked out.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss from Swindell there, so a ball and a strike. After the first pitch, ball was tossed down to second in time to throw out Emerson. Timeout called at the plate by Swindell, and it's already in his windups. Breaking ball, good pitch. He go? He did not, as the first base umpire. And so it's 2-1.
And Yuzerski also another pitcher this time that doesn't really throw from a full line. He throws from the stretch.
Breaking ball, tapped toward third. That's going to bounce into foul ground and stay foul ground. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Parker Swindell, third baseman, Mavericks. Had a sac fly in the second. Drive in the only run.
Down 3, and if you're the Mavericks, you can argue all you want. You shouldn't. And some of it's valid, some of it's not, but you are. So the question is now, what are you going to do about it?
So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count here to Parker Swindell, and it's up and in on the slider.
Ooh.
Didn't get enough down on that pitch to slide it across the strike zone. So
Looks like you released it too early.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. You're right. So the count goes full, and here's the 3-2. That's in third as well. Swindell's going to hustle down to first base. He's going to think about second, and he does not go.
That's a strikeout. Base.
Well, actually, he walked. He didn't swing.
Oh.
Yeah, he walked. He was just thinking about possibly going to second. Because you're allowed to.
Really?
Yes, you are. You're allowed to go to second base.
I'm learning new things. All right.
Yeah, so even if you walk in a baseball game, you're allowed to go to second base. You can go to third
It's
base
just
for all
foolish.
you wanted
It's
to.
usually foolish.
It's foolish because most of the time the ball's in the infield already.
You think it was like count as a
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly what it counts as. So that ball's ripped to center. That's over the head of Epperson out there. Bad route
Yeah.
by the center fielder as Alvarado's going to end up with a double, and they're going to try to score
Not
from
even-
first base, and not even a throw there as
Not even
Swindell comes around.
Not even a throw. The cutoff man had it when he had just started turning third. That could have. Good throw beats it.
So Danny Alvarado gets an RBI double there. That's going to cut into the lead a little bit. Now 4-2. Piece of hitting there from Alvarado. Just drilled it straight up the middle. Looks like that might be it for Ozerski. It is. McAllister making his way to the mound. Out there from the left field bullpen. So that will end Ozerski's night. 3 and a third innings. Pitched 2 runs allowed, and he is responsible for Danny Alvarado out at second base. And so we will not be eligible for the victory. Be replaced by Mason McAllister.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mason McAllister, a big right-hander. Been one of the guys who's pitched quite often for this Volcanoes bullpen. And we'll be right back with you after the warm-ups here for McAllister on Mavs League Live. Well, back here after the little break, Mason McAllister will head out to the mound. 7.71 earned run average this season in 5 appearances. 7 innings pitched, 6 earned runs to his name. 11 strikeouts, however, so he has Been tough to square up, but he's just given up a few hits this season. Popped up by Jubilee here. Shallow right field. Coming on the right fielder. Diving attempt. Foul ball. It is foul for strike one to Jubilee as the home plate umpire, once again, very demonstrative about the call. Like to see that. Passionate about the game that he's calling. So 0-1. Now to Jubilee. Alvarado out there at second after his RBI double that drove Parker Swindell home. That one's up and in. Ball one. Ball and a strike here. The right fielder for the Mavericks. Pitch coming here from McAllister. Chopped foul down the third base side. Nice play over there by the third base coach. Barehanded snag. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mavericks 2 runs on 2 hits so far. The Volcanoes 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error committed. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Jubilee goes down for the second out here in the inning. That brings us back to the top of the order. Rodney Rodriguez digs in. Rodriguez at 277 this year, 13 for 47. Doesn't have any home runs, but he's got 9 runs batted in. First pitch to him here is too high on a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. McAllister comes set, looks back at Alvarado, and kicks and deals. Fastball over the middle of the plate for strike 1 here. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rodriguez tries to bunt here, and he bunts it foul. A ball and 2 strikes is the count.
And it is coming down out there, Brendan. It is windy, it is wet, and it is a good thing we are in the bottom of the 4th.
Rodriguez goes down swinging here on this one, and that will be the final out here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll head on to the top of the 5th. The score 4-2, Volcanoes. So here we are back in Keizer. It's really raining now. It's coming down quite a bit. Garrett Cooper's going to lead off here for the Volcanoes against the Mavericks in the top of the fifth. In order for this game to be counted as a complete game, 5 full innings must be played. As Cooper pops this one up into right field, Josh Jubilee is there and puts it away for the first out on 1 pitch, and that will help.
Well, 5 innings for the losing team has 5 opportunities, right?
Yes. So it could be 4.5 if the Mavericks, well, at this point it's going to be 5 innings because the Volcanoes are up, and so the Mavericks would have to have another chance to take the lead in the fifth in order for the game to end. If it was the other way around, the Mavericks were leading 4-2, and they held the Volcanoes here, you could call it a full game because it's been 5 chances for the losing team.
Half.
Yes.
Or more than half, rather.
Yes. Ooh. 1-0 count to Nick Benedetto on the curveball that missed inside. Benedetto's 0 for 2. Not often you hear that from Nick.
No.
2-0 count here now as Rosebeck's still out on the mound.
If you guys had a crowd mic, you would know.
That one misses, 3-0.
It was We Will Rock. That's what had a crowd mic.
So it's 3 balls and no strikes here to Benedetto as Rosebeck got a good first pitch out to Cooper and now is struggling to find the zone. Gets one over here. Make it 3-1. Tony Holton will be next.
I'm surprised personally that this crowd is staying. Crowd is loyal.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. That one misses outside, ball 4. Benedetto heads down to first base on the base on balls. Tony Holton stepping in, the right fielder. He is 1 for 2 with a base hit in the 3rd inning. He scored a run.
One of the 4 runs scored. And remind me, I believe I'm correct. He was the one on second, or one on first that went to second because of the 4th throw.
Yes,
third base.
Yes, that's correct. He is the one who moved up due to the throw into 3rd that missed the cutoff. Well, it went over the head. It went over the head of the cutoff man.
Yes.
But I'm not saying he was trying to hit the cutoff man. I'm just saying that it missed the cutoff man because the cutoff man was there. It went over his head. So Holton digging in here. No count. Lots of rain getting poured down on the ground out here. Curveball is outside. 1-0.
We'll have baseball tomorrow, hopefully, even though it will be raining all day.
Hopefully.
All day, yes.
Yeah, we're hoping that possibly something clears up in the forecast.
And you'll see all 4 teams playing.
Yes. So Holton is ready, takes a swing, smacks this one to center field, and it's 1-hop base hit out there to Alex Emerson. So with that, there's 2 men on and 1 out.
Mound looking very wet right now. You don't generally see the mound that dark.
So Volcanoes have got a chance to extend their 2-run lead here in the top of the 5th. With the rain really coming down the way it is, not really sure about this going much further. It looks like we're going to go to a rain delay.
And we'll wait.
So if it goes to a rain delay here, we're not sure whether it's going to be a delay or a postponement or a suspension. We will let you know when we know something. They all have different meanings.
Yes.
Delay, obviously, that would mean we would try to come back to play at some point tonight.
Postponement?
We play probably again.
Here. Yes.
Picking up, postponement would mean we'd start it over. Suspension would mean that we would play from this point at a different time, which is likely going to be the end result here. We would suspend this game and continue it likely tomorrow, I would guess.
Yeah, probably early before the other
Yes.
games, maybe around 11:30.
Probably so. I would guess that would be the case.
If,
But that's just
if.
that is just what's the word? Speculation. Speculation. So we have no info on that. We will let you know when we have some info on the situation. But for now, I'm Brendan Sweeney along with Micah Hadley, and we thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with you and let you know what's going on here in Keizer when we know something as soon as we do.
Absolutely.
So back here at Volcano Stadium in Keizer, the rain delay continues here, and we will be told what will be the decision in about 8 minutes, 8:39, which will be half an hour after the rain delay started at 8:09. So at 8:39, we'll have some more definitive say from the league brass. And then I'll be right back, and I'll let you know what the decision is. So Brendan Sweeney, along with Micah Hadley, thanks for joining us, and stay with us for another 10 minutes or so, and I'll be right back with you with another update. So we're back here in Keizer, Oregon. We have learned from the league office that the game has been suspended and will be continued at a later date from this point. So the score will be 4-2 in favor of the Volcanoes in the bottom, or in the top of the fifth, rather, with 1 out and 2 men on base.
What kind of a later date are we looking at? You imagine?
Well, I'm not really sure to this point. Probably in a few weeks. A time when these two teams will play each other again. Maybe we'll do a doubleheader on a single day, like a Thursday or Friday, would be my guess. So we'll know that later, but at this time, that's what we have for you. MavsLeague.com will be posted with updates on when this game will be re-picked up later on in the year. So thanks for joining us tonight. The suspended game 4-2 in favor of the Volcanoes in the top of the fifth inning will continue at a later date after this half-hour rain delay on this Saturday night. Thank you again for joining us, Brendan Sweeney.
Mike Hadley.
Thanks for joining us. See you later.